In here, honestly, if you don't have discipline and hard work, you're not gonna make it. Honestly, not in here. And here it takes immense discipline because coming from where we come from, our first reaction is to swing first, ask questions later. And here you're not swinging like there's consequences behind putting your hands on people.
We're good now.
Okay, my name's Michael Ramiro. I was born in Madera, California, raised in Sacramento, North Highlands to be exact. I caught this case at 18. I've been down for 15 years now. I mean, just lost sight of things a little bit. Got away from school, got away from home, hit the streets, and just never made it back. Never made it back. I left when I was 13. I left my house, and just never made it back, man. Just stayed in the streets. Went to juvenile hall. I think between 13 and 18, I was out about maybe a year and a half of my life. And then the rest of it's been in here. I'm coming up on 18 years in prison. I was only alive for 18 years before I came. So that's half of my life in here, half of my life out there. I feel like getting away from the education and leaving home was the biggest thing. Because once I got away from the positive influence in my life, like my mom and my grandmother and the people that actually cared about me, and I went to the streets, I started leading by my own understanding of what it was to be a man and what it was to be cool, I guess, to be cool and look cool for everybody. And it ended up getting me here, you know. It ended up getting me incarcerated throughout my young adult life. I didn't get to enjoy my 20s. I didn't get to enjoy the club and the bars and things like that. I just been incarcerated. So other than that, like, I feel like since I've been down, I've learned a lot. I'm back in education. I got my GED. I'm in college right now. I'm doing a lot of college courses. I'm doing my best to get an AA in sociology and psychology. So I feel like the interest that I have in that now that I'm away from the streets and now that I'm away from all the negative influences in my life, helps me focus on the positive and make the strides I need to make towards being a better person and being better for my family and stuff. A lot of the groups that they offer in here, they really help us learn that there's different ways, there's different techniques and things to deal with the negative and turn them into positives and try to make the best of our situation so that we could be better for our families and be better for our children, for those of us who have kids and things. I personally don't have any of my own, but I have some in my life that I care about deeply, you know. I have a woman in my life that I care about deeply. I know that it gets hard at times to take care of a family and just to be a man, because sometimes you want to revert back to those old ways and those old attitudes, and you can't. You know, those responsibilities and those priorities come into play, and it kind of keeps you focused. It keeps you away from making those mistakes again. And I feel like that's important to me. I feel like I didn't have that a lot when I was making those mistakes, and now that I do, it's something that I cherish and I hold on to dearly. Just knowing how I am now and where I came from and how I was before, I just feel like, I think about my time, man. Honestly, I think about my time and I think about the fact that I got life. And there's not a possibility that I get a chance to get out of here and show what I could do or show that I've changed and things like that. So that's constantly on my mind too. I think about that. I think about the fact that I have a mom out there, you know, and she's alone. She by herself and she ain't got nobody right now. So it's like, it gets heavy at times. But like we were talking about earlier about the mental stability and the mental fortitude to be able to deal with all this and be able to keep a smile on your face, keep a strong positive attitude and keep pushing, you know, and know that like the efforts that we make, the hard work that we put in, the discipline that we show when things may not be going our way or something like that. I mean, it reflects on who we are as a person. And I think that if they see that and they see it and then you have a possibility to get out there and have a chance to be with your family again, it's like you shouldn't mess that up, man. You should hold on to that, man, and make sure you know that it means more than most people can understand out there, because they haven't been taken away from it for so long, you know. But
You had to ask no damn question.
Yeah, we was just talking about that too earlier, bro. We was talking for like 10 minutes, man.
Yeah. That's definitely real.
Man. Is there like a piece of advice that you would like, you know, give to your younger self?
Education, man. Stay in school. Stay in school. School is important. It'll keep you away from a lot of negative things. Just showing up to class and staying in class, staying in your classes all day and getting home after school, that'll keep you away from a lot of stuff. listen to your parents. Listen to your parents because 9 times out of 10 they telling you what's best for you. And as much as you may not want to hear it sometimes, whether it be about your friends or your actions or whatever it is, like 9 times out of 10, they're telling you for your own good, and you should listen to them honestly. Um, know that everything that you went through as a child, all the things that you went through, all the hard times, everything, you're still worth every effort that you put in. Just because you may not feel like you had what others had or you didn't have enough, you did. You did. You know what I mean? Like, for me personally, like, I look back and my mom loved me a lot, you know? I may have got taken away. I may have went to foster care and a lot of things happened, but I always knew that my mom loved me. She showed me that she loved me on home passes, on other things. The fact that she got off drugs and got me back, like, all these things came into play. It's like, I regret not respecting my mom as much as I should have. I regret not listening to her as much as I should have. So listen to your parents, understanding what they're telling you is what's best for you. Stay in school. I mean, hard work and discipline is everything. That's everything in life. Like, if you don't put in the work, it's like I read recently in one of my classes about how you encourage your children, like in development, like telling them, oh, you did really good on that test, you must be really smart, as opposed to telling them you did really good on that test, you must have worked really hard. So promoting effort as opposed to just telling them that they're smart or pumping the ego type situation, you know? So I think hard work is everything in here. Honestly, if you don't have discipline and hard work, you're not gonna make it, honestly. Not in here. And here it takes immense discipline because coming from where we come from, our first reaction is to swing first, ask questions later. And here you're not swinging like it. It's real. It's really like, I don't know how to explain it. How you say it? Yeah, it takes a lot of discipline to be in prison because you can't just run around putting your hands on people. You know, there's consequences behind putting your hands on people. So for the most part, I had to learn that because I was really hot-headed when I came to prison. I was only 18 years old, so you can imagine I came to prison. By the time I was 20, I was in prison already. So I was young. I got into a lot of stuff, but at the end of the day, like, you learn discipline throughout your time because you see, how do you say it? You see the better. It's much better to show discipline than to always react to every situation because all the negatives that comes with just reacting can be avoided. It can be prevented just by showing discipline. So if you can show discipline and think before you act in a lot of situations, you can avoid a lot of negative things, And at the end of the day, that's what you want to do. You want to do what's best for your family. You want to do what's best for yourself. You want to put yourself in the best position you can to be successful, you know? So that takes discipline. That takes discipline to...
Got one last question for you.
Okay.
If you could sum up your life and your story and like what you persevered through, everything just in one word to like just describe you and your story, what would that be for you?
Me and my story. Unfinished. I would say unfinished. Because it's not over. I may be here. I may have got 28 to life. I have faith. I have a lot of faith. I know that when I first came to Sacramento, I went to foster care and I went to a lady named Rochelle Robinson's house, and she kept me in the church a lot. Like, we was in church 5 days a week. Like, she was one of those moms that just church all the time. So it really gave me a healthy dose of God and faith, and having faith that even the worst of times are temporary. And you can't get too down on that because there's always going to come a brighter day after the night. You know there's a brighter day tomorrow. So that's how I look at it. I look at it as unfinished. I'm still trying. I'm still working my hardest to get out of here. You know what I mean? So I think as long as I stay focused and I keep my attention on all the positive people in my life, my mom, my family, my friends that actually truly care about me. I got a lot of friends in here. I got a lot of people that I met in here that truly have genuine love for me. You know what I mean? And as much as it is to be in prison, and as much as it's said that like prison is this, prison is that, like, there's a lot of camaraderie in here. There's a lot of love for each other in here. There's a lot of motivation and inspiration to look at somebody and see that they're getting college degrees and things like that and want to do that, and then to tell the next man, like, go to school. You know, there's not no more like being on the streets where it's like, oh, do this, do that. It's a lot different. It's like, go to school, get your GED, get your education, you know what I mean? Eat healthy, do your workouts, keep physical fitness, all these things, you know, all positive things coming from our population within ourselves, you know what I mean? Doing it for each other and ourselves, you know?